So Ditto buggered up my release. Hello, I am Jacob Morgan. I also call myself Chadarnook on the internet, and I write symphonic black metal. Am I good at it? Yes, I believe so. Do people listen to my music? Maybe. But recently, I've been working on a piece. It's in the public domain. So this is the big thing. We're talking about public domain law. So what should have happened is next week, it should have been released onto Spotify and all the other channels, a cover of mine. Well, not really a cover. It's more like, well, my original composition of the ballet piece by Tchaikovsky, Down to the Sugar Plum Fairy. Now, why did I pick it? A couple of years ago, I did a performance of it on the violin, and it was pretty cool. I did it for an assessment. I got a reasonable grade, and I thought, you know what, I would like to take that original composition that I did and just release a bit of a neoclassical version of it. It fits my vibe, and I think it's going to sound great. Now, of course, I am fairly ignorant about public domain law, so I took the time to actually read what is legal and what isn't. So the legal parts are you are allowed to create your own compositions, distribute the music. You're allowed to do that. The only things you're not allowed to do is use someone else's composition or performance and write it off as your own. So that's their property. And you're not allowed to use someone else's sheet music without their permission. So if you were going to make your own version with your own sheet music, your own variations, that would be perfectly legal. Even if you wrote an arrangement that's the exact same as someone's, it would not be illegal. It wouldn't be illegal, right? And this is how Ditto comes into play. So, I only just found out after I got it all set up, picked a nice picture and everything, that they have a rule stating that you're not allowed to use public domain music. To me, it's like, what are you talking about? It's free to use. You're allowed to use the public domain. Now, I had a look. They basically said that the reason that they do that, the public domain rule, is because they want 100% of the music being released on Ditto to be the individual artists, which I don't think that's completely fair. Now, where I do slightly agree that artists releasing 100% of their own original music is a good thing, I do not agree that we should not be allowed to use the public domain. Like, the public domain is basically someone made their original art, right? And then so much time has gone by from their death that now it's free for everyone to use how they see fit. Like, you've seen the horror movies recently coming out of Winnie the Pooh and Michael Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Michael Mouse. You've seen those type of videos, right? And you can see that, right? Once something enters the public domain, you're allowed to use it. There is absolute freedom when using it. So this makes absolutely no sense as to why Ditto would add such a stupid rule. Like, can anyone make sense of it? It is a policy they put in, but it's not, well, if I had to be honest, legal. Because I'm using my own legal right to release music that I want to release. No one else owns the composition. Tchaikovsky has been dead for over 100 years. So there's absolutely nothing stopping them from actually putting my music that I made of something that's pre-existing on there, as long as it's in the public domain. Now, public domain law can be a bit funny. There is a time period. Some countries have 50 years, some have 70 years. But as I said, Tchaikovsky's been dead for over 100 years. His music is well and truly in the public domain. And I'm not using anyone else's compositions. I'm going to upload the video of it on my YouTube because I'm allowed to. Let me reiterate that. I'm allowed to. Right? And I don't think anyone else would be doing what I'm doing. It has like the original tempo and then melody. Then it goes up tempo with a neoclassical sort of feel and then modulates at the end. So I don't think other people are using that exact arrangement idea. So now I'm pissed because what was supposed to be a nice release towards the end of this month has now been butchered. So thanks, Ditto. You fucked me up again and again. This isn't the first time Ditto has buggered me up. They've done a few stupid things. Like, for starters, when I released Mr. Wendigo, my collaborative piece with my friend Queen Bee, they put in the wrong Queen Bee. I wrote it out the right way, and they added some other broad with the wrong spelling. Then, within my album release, I basically gave them a message heads up saying, hey, this other person I'm collaborating with, Olivia Fisher, doesn't actually have a Spotify account, but there's another Spotify account with her exact name with music on it. So just tell Spotify, like, I gave them so much notice for this, that hey, this is not the right artist. The other person does not have an artist account. And they fucked that up. Something else they buggered up is when I released a small single, like, this was supposed to be a crappy thing, by the way, The Rise and Fall of Darling Fascist. It was originally spoken word. And Ditto wouldn't allow me to release it. Now, you're probably thinking that's fair, right? But John Cooper Clarke releases poetry all the time. Oh look, he has music on there. He has some of his live performances of his poetry. He has spoken word content on Spotify. And not to mention podcasts. They're nothing but spoken word. So why can't I put up a spoken word poem and everyone else can? And here's the other thing they butchered. Now, I did get this released once. I once had a single called A Moment of Silence, which was 30 seconds of silence, and as like a standing ovation to pay my rent through Spotify. And they wouldn't allow me to go through it again. Now, that one makes sense. You got something like Sleepify that got taken off Spotify for the exact same reason. It was an avant-garde piece from something like John Cage to basically say, hey, we're not getting paid enough. Let's have a standing ovation, 30 seconds of silence to help pay someone's rent. And it was pretty good, and it worked for the most part. But when I changed my name, because I had to, because people were bitching about it, I could not re-upload that. And that's really annoying. Well, that's my rant over, but this is all I'm going to have to say to Ditto about this shit, is that public domain is perfectly fine to use. Stop being so stupid. Okay? I'm going to continuously fight this, and if anyone watching this video wants to help me fight this, go ahead. I'm going to just continuously annoy them until they upload it. But the piece itself is going to be on YouTube. I'm going to release it on my terms because I'm legally allowed to. There is nothing stopping me. It is my composition. It is my original recording. There's no reason why I'm not allowed to record this. So, honestly, Ditto, you fucked it up. I'm looking at getting another distributor that will let me do these sort of things because I want to be able to release my music with more freedom.